Okay, I'm back again. Starting off and letting you know that this everything I say about this character is not true, not to be taken true. So if you want to take it serious and ridicule or criticize, think of it as a sci-fi film. You know what I'm saying? Now to get that out of the way, it's backtracking for those who are positive or want to reach out and just chop up some game. You know what I'm saying, on a different note, or to have some awareness. Because I am going to tag a few names of people that I see that's into different things like that, just to kind of like, I guess to put it like this. I guess you want to, first thing you'll want to know is why the damn fool is the damn fool. Okay, let's walk. Let's take a journey with the fool, because to be a damn fool is not a good thing. You understand? So, what would make a person think of themselves in that light? Well, I should have did a rough draft. Thought about this out before I started thinking, but I got so much to say and can't think of ways to say it. And so I guess through the mumbo jumbo, it'll find its way and finally hit home. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a very strange thing when you looking at reality and you see that reality is looking back at you, and you have no control over the algorithms. I'll give you a prime example. Growing up, right, we gonna skip the adolescent days of, the Michael Jackson and everything, you know what I'm saying? But, the LL Cool J and all that, we can go through all those different phases. But there was one rapper that for some reason stuck out to me. You understand what I'm saying? And I just figured he was a talented dude. You understand what I'm saying? But we gonna talk about my brother Pac, man. Tupac. First time I heard Tupac, I seen myself in him from Jump Street. But it wasn't a super attraction. It was just a guy that with dreams to be a rapper and was pretty talented at it. Well, felt like he was pretty talented, and he was building his craft. So I wasn't really a super fan because I understood what I was looking at was not a finished product. I loved Brenda's Got a Baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I loved it, man. That was like one of the most brilliant masterpieces put together. Still to this day, to be honest with you. But especially at that time, because it was like a book report on paper. You understand what I'm saying? So I understood that was a it was just a guy who he could have Pac could have been a one hit wonder. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't that incredible. It wasn't until and I don't remember exactly what order, but I think he did the remix with MC Breed, the Above the Rim soundtrack, and around those particular time right there, uh, I started feeling like well, most definitely the Me Against the World album, but I started feeling this real close connection to him even as a youngster, causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust. It was just certain. It was ways I was connected to him that was different, and I thought that was the super talent in Pac, that he could tap into that into anybody, which it was. That was a super talent. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you where my story began with feeling singled out. Everything that Dr. Dre touched I felt a weird connection, a strange connection to. Pac doing his height, I felt a strong connection to, and it wasn't very many artists like that, man. There might have been one or two others slipped through the crack, and I had a lot of favorites. Face was a good favorite of mine. 8 was a good favorite, and later on, I started getting that connection a little bit with Face too. You know what I'm saying? And so we just talk about that, man. It was a lot of stuff that Pac did that I felt closely related to, but it wasn't with every other rapper. Then all of a sudden, man, around the time Jay-Z dropped that Blueprint album, whatever Jay-Z had tapped into, it was that same vibe that I felt Pac tapped into, that tapped into me personally. So when it started coming through Jay on that Blueprint album, and not the whole album, not every line rhyme for rhyme, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of that cadence, it kind of felt kind of eerie. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling, it was like an eerie feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you could have wrote this for me. I could have said it, and people would have loved it. You understand what I'm saying? I wish I wrote it. And at the same time, so Jay-Z started that Blueprint album was a creepy album. You know what I'm saying? Even though I loved it to death, and you gotta remember at the times I'm listening to these albums, I'm not thinking of them as eerie. Every now and then something crossed my mind, like, hey man, that's sound like we've been hanging out together. But just strange, man. I can't even put a finger. I don't even have the words to convey what I'm trying to say. But then I would hear shit like Jeezy. When Jeezy came out, I was like, hey man, I like the dude, but he kind of rapped the way I talk. You understand what I'm saying? The ad lib, yeah, that's right. Little shit like that. Like man, when it's just the odd thing, and I'm knowing nobody else can see what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? But so anyway, and I could be completely wrong on a lot of this stuff. It just was just things that I was feeling like, hey man, it felt like the dude dug in my goodie bag and got something that I didn't even know was there. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't even know it was there. So yeah, he reached in there and got that and pulled some shit out that motherfucker, but it's something that I should have thought of myself. Strange, man. Very strange. And it seems strange I'm trying to say this. So what I'm trying to say is at a particular time, I would say around 2005. So around the time of Pac, it was like I felt connected to one rapper. Around the time Jay-Z came out, I felt a little connected to Jay-Z a little bit. But after that, it was like 20% of the whole industry was writing like anthems that sound like it was coming from my energy. You know what I'm saying? A little later, like 40%. Then a little later, like 60%. And the last couple of years, man, and I ain't precise on time. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a whole lot of my energy in this mainstream music. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't have a dime. So you gotta understand when I'm looking at this from a struggling artist, I'm already having a relationship with this particular type of game because I'm trying to tap into what's making these guys great. You understand what I'm saying? So, which is very strange. So you're like, hey man, well you trying to be like them, so that's why you may feel like that. No, it's different. It's I'm studying them so much that it's almost feeling like, nigga, you selling me my own shit. You understand what I'm saying? So this is probably gonna be the most difficult thing I ever done because this is not a common thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if I was the only person in the world that had this particular story. Well, I know I'm not, but you know what I'm saying. Uh, it's just difficult for me. Bear with me, man. I'm trying to gather the words, you know what I'm saying, to make this make sense. Uh, but yeah, man, it got to a point, you know, where everybody was just keeping it 100. They was too 100. You know what I'm saying? It was so 100. I was getting uncomfortable with the 100ness. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everything, man. So I guess I'm gonna pause this motherfucker for the cause, man, and try to gather some thoughts so I won't be all over the place. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, I felt like I was being used as a muse for the industry on several different levels. You understand what I'm saying? And the real crazy part, man, is, and this goes back even further to the point to where I always thought that I was poison as a kid, and poisonous, you know, because I started dealing with issues that I normally didn't have, and you know what I'm saying, you know, you know what I mean. So basically, all of this stuff started intertwining. It would make sense for all of these things, all of these events to happen, and it was as a kid I started suffering from uh, certain illnesses, and I felt like somebody put something in my drink or something. I'm not quite sure exactly how that works, but I do know that I was having a difficult time coping. But since I had already built up somewhat of who I was, and you know, had really cool friends, you know, they would bring me out of the funk for a little while, but it was only so long that with these issues, man, that I could continue the route that I was going. And eventually, it finally came to a head to where I'm 40 years old, alone, stubborn, still got all my pride. You know what I'm saying? I haven't let go of my pride. But yeah, it's just an awkward feeling, man. And I hate to do this over again, man, because I hate to backtrack steps. You know, I was just trying to dive deep in the waters I couldn't swim in, man. So yeah, it's gonna be a little awkward, and maybe I'll try to finish up in a minute. 'Cause I can't let that rest like that. So yeah, let me think it through. Come back and hit you up with another one.